Alright, good morning my friends. In today's video, we'll be doing a service on the JIMNY. So in particular, we're going to be changing the engine oil and filter. We're going to replace the air filter. We're going to change the spark plug. We're going to check the oil levels on the diff and transfer case and top it up if needed. And lastly, I want to grease all the nipples on the drivetrain. So I actually want to see how quick I could do this today, because although you're watching this after Christmas, I'm currently filming this on the day before Christmas Eve, and I still have some last minute errands to run. So let's see how quick we could get through the service. So I just have a garbage bag that I'm spreading so I don't get oil on the concrete. If you're doing this yourself, you don't need to go out there and buy any expensive oil container. You could just reuse an old jug and cut it like this, like I'm doing here, and that'll be sufficient. Unless your vehicle takes more than a gallon, then you probably need to get a oil container or a larger container. Let's see if I can do this without getting oil on my hand. Nope. So I have a detailed video on how to change your oil, so if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link somewhere on the screen and also in the video description. So after a few minutes of the oil draining, just cover it back and torque it to 36.5 foot-pounds. Next, we're going to remove the oil filter, which if you're looking from top of the engine, it's right there. Alright, so I put on gloves to this spot because this spot usually messy. Alright, so now take your new filter, remove the plastic, take some old oil and just lubricate the O-ring. Now we're not going to fill this with oil because it's mounted from the side, so we'll just lubricate the O-ring and put it on. So when you're putting on the new filter, you want to go hand tight and then a quarter turn. So here I'm just topping up the oil back to the desired level. So we just top it up and the oil level is right at the second hole, indicating it's full. So that's it for oil change. So next step is time to change the spark plug. Because this is an off-road vehicle, what I like to do is just take the blower and blow out the top of the coil pack. In case there's any debris, it doesn't fall into the spark plug holes and go into the engine. So now we could just start with one spark plug at a time and then move down the line. That way we wouldn't mix up any of the wires or the coil packs. There we go. Alright, so just hit it with some air in case there's any debris in there. Then you want to get a spark plug socket, go all the way down. So that's the first one there. Alright, so then you want to just take a new spark plug, pop it in the socket, go down nice and easy, and thread it. So once you hand tighten your spark plug, you just want to torque it to 18 foot-pounds. People often ask me, why make a video about something as simple as changing oil? Well, the truth is, not everybody has the expertise or confidence to do it themselves. When I first got my JIMNY, I didn't know how to change the oil either, but over time, I built up the confidence to work on it myself. Most of the things you see me doing in these videos, I'm doing it for the first time. So maybe, by watching me figure it out, you can learn to do it yourself too. That way, we can grow and learn together. And the last thing is just to put back on the cover. So we just changed the spark plug, so now it's time to move on to the air filter. So changing the air filter is pretty simple. Undo the 4 clips and pull the cover. And that's the old air filter. So that's the old one and the new one, comparison. This really needed to change. So you can just pop the new one in. Like that, clip it back. So that's it for air filter. Now it's time to move on to checking the oils on the diff and the transfer case. So starting with the transfer case here, I'm going to undo the fill plug, check the oil level with my finger, top it up if necessary, and then put back on the fill plug. If you change in the oil, then undo the drain plug, drain it, put back the drain plug, fill it, put back the fill plug. Pretty simple. If I start to see oil leaking, I'm just going to cover it back. Yep, there is oil in there. Just going to cover that back. The torque spec on the transfer case fill plug is 17 foot-pounds. So changing the oil on the diff is the same as the transfer case, so we're just going to undo the fill plug and check. Yep. So torque spec on the diff fill plug is 36.5 foot-pounds. So I'm going to do the same thing on the front and then move on to greasing the nipples. So the last thing to do is grease the nipples on the JIMNY. Now my JIMNY only have one on the front prop shaft. There's none on any of the universal joints. So let's grease up that one and wrap up the service for today. So this is the nipple right here. Just take the grease gun, put that in there, give it a few pumps. Don't much. It's about 4, maybe 1 more. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that is it. Another service completed. Make sure to subscribe because we have some new content coming soon. I recently purchased some ring and pinion to re-gear the diffs so we could run bigger tires. We also have the air lockers to install, so make sure and stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave some good vibes in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.